live as we can be. The machine's live. The machine's live. The machine live. The machine is on my channel live. What do you have to lie about today? Welcome, machine. We're here for all the latest lies.
That was a funny way of saying hello, our friend Machine Lies. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, maybe not so funny. It didn't land.
No, I made the same.
I was telling Chris about the stream last night. I was catching him up. That was a wild and crazy. Even for Machine, it was a wild and crazy ride, especially at the end when Tommy came on and reality started to bend.
Yeah, I mean, you guys weren't there for some of the first shows, but some of the first shows, they used to get even grittier at times, not just in terms of the fighting, but also the rhetoric. Now the rhetoric is kind of like, post-intellectual, but before it used to be like...
Putting it nicely.
Yeah, post-intellectual is a really nice way of putting it. That's like the kindest way of saying it. Maybe we should say.
Oh, here's the other protagonist or antagonist.
I was just to prep for this show, sir. I was just saying, I was just telling Jeff that you were so far. You were like you were helping me out a lot with the Fedcast thing, and I was really appreciative of it. I was saying Hank's the GOAT right now. Hank's one of the heroes in my book right now because he's
people wanted me. Yeah, they wanted me to silence Hank. I was like, nah, you know what? That's not gonna happen. And also, people wanted me to silence Rant. So there was a lot. So it was like 50-50 of the audience being like, take Rant off. No, take fucking Hank off.
I want Rant to keep talking. I don't want to silence them because I'm winning the argument.
No, you guys made it entertaining. No, you guys made it entertaining.
Yeah, I actually muted for quite a bit because there's separate firing squad going among what I would call the Abrahamists, you would call that's Muslims, I would think. And I didn't have to do any work to get stuff done. I love it. Yeah, but of course, my thoughts are too scary. I have to be silenced because they won't get what they want. Which
you were talking
about what they want. I guess they want everyone to believe exactly the same thing they do, but even amongst themselves, they disagree.
I forget
we have so many dumb nominations.
I forget who was on your side the whole time. There's another guy on your side. Oh yeah, Nick Volt was there.
Yeah, Nick Volt was there. Bex was there. Jeff was there. Tommy was there, kind of on my side too.
Yeah. I want to say I was on your side, but the details are a little fuzzy.
Put it this way: even Illuma Tommy was making sense by the end of the night.
Yeah,
and had me agree.
That's the reality bending, right?
Yeah,
he had his own personal bone to pick. That's just how he operates. He came there to make a dig on Paul, which is what he's done since the very beginning of my show. He literally hijacks the show to talk about Paul, which a lot of people have said that he's a sign waiver for that whole side of the internet.
Tommy is.
Yeah, it's just like they just come in there, and same thing with Tarek. That's the annoying part. They just come in there and talk about somebody else's show the whole time. Look, I work hard to produce a show so that they'll watch the show on OTW News. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I prefer to talk about Paul and directly to Paul. I just go if I wanted to say something nice or mean about Paul, I go to his show to say it so he can hear me.
Yeah, I don't watch your stupid show. I just want you to keep watching mine. That's all.
Exactly.
It's kind of a weird marketing scheme, I guess.
Yeah, it is. Paul explicitly does this to market. He explicitly has a marketing scheme. He makes controversy so people talk about him. He's very explicit about it.
Exactly,
and,
right.
Yeah. And you are too. The Machine Lies. You're very explicit about it, and I have no problem with it.
Yeah, I do a little of that, but I try to create an intellectual controversy, and nobody wants to fucking bite.
You do try, probably more than anybody else.
But you have created an intellectual controversy.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I have created a couple. I mean, I don't want to say nobody.
So we have the Ortho Bros, but they want to take you out, not intellectually because you're too dangerous. We have some guest truthers want to take me out non-intellectual because I'm too dangerous.
Chris, what's on your shirt?
This is day 5 of Twin Peaks shirts. So this is Black as Midnight
on a moonless night.
Moonless Night. Yep.
Oh, I don't know Twin Peaks.
Oh, you that's like the best.
We
Yeah,
need
you guys
to
keep talking.
so that should be our new our new series to stream. We need to get everybody that hasn't seen Twin Peaks and come on after the show and watch an episode of Twin
I'd be
Peaks.
down to.
Isn't there a
I have the
bar named after it or something?
Yes, there's
What?
What?
yeah, there's a
Oh,
bar
yeah,
chain
really?
named Twin Peaks. We just got a new
Because
one.
when I used to live, before I moved, there was a bar / cafe, sports cafe.
Yeah.
That's not the same
named
thing.
Twin Peaks.
I thought that Twin Peaks was like whenever I first saw that restaurant. I told the story before, and I still think it's funny. Me and my wife both saw it. We were like, Twin Peaks, the restaurant. This will be great. There's a Twin Peaks
It's
themed
Tweets
restaurant.
Cafe.
This is gonna be the coolest thing ever. And we both walk in there, and instead of it being like Twin Peaks themed, it is like scantily clad women. I mean, like really scantily clad women with like these short shorts and like barely like a tube top type thing, like this thing and
like a Hooters or something.
Yeah, like it's like a hoot. It's just like a Hooters, right? And like they're all standing around like the hostess desk at the time, I guess, because it was like at shift change or something like that. And we walk in and they're all like, "Hi," and they're all like kind of like touching me and flirting with me and stuff like that. And I was just like, my face turned beet red, and I was like, what the hell is happening?
That's the point where you're like, I made a huge mistake.
Yeah, that's just not what I intended at all. I was like, my favorite TV show is a restaurant. This will be great. And it has nothing to do with Twin Peaks at all. But Twin Peaks, in fact, refers to Twin Peaks.
It's the mountains.
No, it refers to these two.
In the movie, it's the town was named after the mountains.
Yeah, and this is named for breasts, so it's two breasts. So
a special blessing to me. Why me? What happens if you bless a Satanist? I guess we'll find out.
Oh, okay. I don't.
Can things get better? Can things get worse?
I think
is blessing a Satanist kind of like in Final Fantasy when you cast like a phoenix
curse,
a phoenix down on on an undead thing and it kills it automatically.
I'm not sure.
Is that like throwing holy water on you or something?
Well,
I don't know.
Gordon actually buffs Jeff and I, so because it's water with no special properties really.
There you go. Well, I don't know. But I last night me and Jeff and who else was it, and Frank.
We watched Zoolander, which I had never seen.
We watched Zoolander, and I was really
how
I hadn't seen it in a while. What,
how have you not watched Zoolander? Come on.
I don't know.
Well, he hadn't seen it before.
I enjoyed it, especially like. They said it was laugh out loud, and I did laugh out loud in many parts. Especially for some reason when Ben Stiller was on the screen, he was my favorite character, and I did not expect that.
The gasoline fight has always been one of my favorite favorite laugh out loud scenes in all of any movie ever. Like,
there's not that many.
What's Will Ferrell, Mugatu, or whoever? He reminds me of Mugatu.
Yeah,
that's how.
Yeah, but there's not that many movies that are so explicitly about MK Ultra. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
How did you bring MK Ultra into this?
That's quite.
It's obvious. It's obvious.
He's brainwashed. He's brainwashed to kill
somebody.
And
he's trained. He's trained. He's trained by international spies to run a global campaign that makes poor people look cool. Like it's like it makes being poor fashionable.
Hipsters. Yes.
It's incredibly futuristic in that way that he's actually psyop by the government to actually run. Yeah, in the movie. Yeah, that's what the movie's about.
Okay, yeah, I thought you meant in.
No, it's not real. It's just in the movie. But at the same time, like I was actually laughing a lot more at it than because I've seen Zoolander a ton of times because Zoolander's been like one of those movies that I've watched a ton of times growing up, And I somehow managed to fall asleep about 2/3 of the way through the movie, and I didn't wake up until 1 o'clock today. So I don't know, like, so maybe it impaled me into being asleep. I might be a programmed assassin now. I don't know.
Apparently.
I don't even know why I passed out so hard. It's so weird. I did wake up a couple of times, but I woke up just enough to like kind of like look around and try to figure out what's going on. And then I passed back out like twice. I just like I don't know why I was that tired. I have not slept that much in ages. I feel more tired now than I normally do, and I hate that. I hate whenever I get a good amount of sleep and I wake up feeling more tired. That's like the worst thing, man. It just sucks. It's like, oh, good, I got a lot of sleep. I'll feel good when I wake up. But no, I just feel worse.
Yo, we need to find that OTW news where they played that the Brian O'Shea's rap music. Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
that
want
was
to
a couple
know?
of shows ago.
Oh man, it's like the most cringe music of all time.
Well,
Yeah.
find
So
me
he'll
the
do it like
cringe
once a
dude.
week anyway. So if you don't
Well-
find it, you'll find.
No, we're not full, Busker. You can come on. We should be open.
Yeah, we're still
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't.
I was
You're so
backstage,
polite.
but that's all right.
Yeah,
You're in the dungeon.
but machine, if you find that clip that you just mentioned, like find the clip it, and drop it into the Discord link that you just joined the other day.
Oh shit, yeah, we got to get up on that.
We
No,
need
yeah.
to we need to come up with some riffs for it. We like that. That's the whole point. You create a thread, drop a clip into it, and then we'll go and we'll come up with the best jokes we can for it.
Yeah,
and
I'm not
see what
good
works.
at coming up with riffs. But I can find clips pretty easily. I'm good at that.
That's fine.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
fine.
like-
We've got tons of people that are good at riffing. I need my main thing is that I have a hard time finding the clips because like even whenever I know there's a good clip in there, my ADHD gets really like I just get like really distracted and I can't like even watching on 2x speed or whatever, like I can't seem to find the clips I'm looking for. So I would, for example, I'd love to find that clip of when Rant was on Flow or Machines panel or somebody's, and and Rant was going off, and then Pops came on and just like shut him down. I would.
That
love
was
to
on
find that
Machines.
clip.
The night he
It was on
had
Machines,
Southern
yeah.
Israelite on.
Yeah, that's one of the all-time classic funniest clips
That's
of anything
better
on a
memory
panel,
than mine.
Panelverse.
Yeah, that's right too, and also the one where Pops gets a little threats against me, then I called him a racist. That was funny too. I have a question for Jeff. If I know I'm gonna deal with a bunch of thugs, I may throw the race card in right 1 or 2 times just to counter a total mass attack against me. But would that make me woke when they're calling for canceling me? Because
I didn't hear half of the question. The first question.
Yeah,
Who are you
my
fighting
question,
against?
My question is, if I use the race card on people who are out to cancel me
They-
for
Yeah, they will because they
immutable
yeah.
properties, am I woke?
yeah, because they do it to JoeCool, so they'll probably hit you with that for
Yeah.
Do
sure.
you
so-
care if people think you're woke?
No,
No.
I don't really care.
I mean,
But
you're
would you think
you're a
I'm woke?
Unitarian
I care if you
Universalist. for
I
crying out loud.
care if you think I'm woke, but I will use the race card because these thugs will use immutable properties against me. So,
I say if you got it, use it.
yeah, I don't have to use it most of the time, but I will. They're gonna have a whole chain of freaking insults, and they'll say, and they'll say, "Hey, I'll use the race card because that's immutable property."
I
can't
worry
use
that
it.
some of you are online
In fact, allegedly, your God
too much. Like
your God's
there's no offline life to balance.
miscreation of me that caused
happened
fish in the
on
first
here.
place. So
Yeah, what Frank said.
yeah.
Yeah, Jeff, I'm here way too much.
Use your chaos magic.
I ain't got shit to do. I ain't
Well,
got shit
welcome.
else to do anymore.
That applies to so many of us.
Hank, I have been trying to find a hat like the ones that you wear, like that gray one in the background there next to the yellow one. I've been trying to find a hat like that for my because I've got a great Fed trench coat, and I've got a great, but I cannot find a good Fed hat anywhere. I've been looking all over.
Okay.
I've been looking over thrift stores. Like, let me know if you know where I can find one because I need to.
I
need a good Fed hat.
Yeah, I didn't find from a thrift store. I got from OTW News.
The gray one right there.
Wait, let me take a look. Let me see if I can point.
There's like a yellow hat. There's the yellow. There's the one piece hat, and no, the other side. That one right there. Yeah. Yeah, that's the kind of, I'm looking for a hat like that. Something that has got like the curve and the brim on it. I was looking for one. I was looking for one the other day, and I have not been able to find a really good fed hat. But
this is not gray. This is yellow.
yeah, it's kind of not gray. It looks more gray in the background. I want one that's more like solid gray, like a more classic, like like a dragnet hat. I want like a dragnet hat.
So you want one like this one?
Yeah, there you go. That's the one right there. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I got this one at Walmart.
Well, you got quite a collection there, Hank.
Hey Jeff, what's up? A big panel? Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I mean, we just
said that last night after
our
Machines. I said we'll see what drama spills over from last night onto here, and it's the same cast of characters.
Yeah,
just like you said.
Well, we get new characters,
except for Rand.
Like once a week. But yeah, I do not want Rand to be silenced at all. I like him. He's really good at arguing most of the time. I'm just very disappointed.
Yeah, but he let Tommy out argue him. That bumps him down way a lot of notches.
But here's my question about Rant. Like this is for the whole panel. I mean, me and Jeff have our opinions already, but for everybody else on the panel, do you think Rant is serious or is he doing a character? Because like I can't tell.
I think that Tommy did not have a good argument. I think consistently his argument is pretty bad on the Bible stuff because he wants to sit here and act like the book was never corrupted. So I think
like it was corrupted in real time. That was a laugh.
Yeah, that's just complete nonsense. You know? So like any like historian will tell you that that's complete nonsense.
Yes,
I just can't tell.
Any historian
I just
and any
can't tell if he's
scholar
for real or not.
would say it's corrupted, but the problem is we can't. It's just for a lot of the Bible we can't use any process to determine which parts are corrupted and which parts aren't corrupted because it's up to interpretation. And the same thing with the Quran too.
But yeah, Tommy's sometimes playing a character, but Rant is not playing a character. He
was definitely channeling his dad, though.
Yeah, Rant's not playing a character, and
Hank was playing one. I'm just a pseudo intellectual LARP. You were LARPing as an intellectual.
I think Hank's an intellectual. I think Hank's a smart guy. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not.
Carter Rant, he's LARPing as.
No, this is. Jeff knew me before I went by Hanko Flamo. So when I was on the Zooms, I acted exactly the same. I just used a different name. But I use this name because it makes it easier for me to find myself on the internet.
All right.
And we are getting closer to getting. And as of this morning, we're getting a lot closer to getting our script read thing together. I've got a few people who have given commitments to it. So, Anton's gonna do a voice. So, that's cool. We'll have Anton. We'll have me, and I'm gonna be reading stage directions. So like I'm not actually gonna voice a character.
Is there a sassy black woman in it? I can do her voice.
Yeah, let me know if you need help.
Yeah, well, you're included. I thought, did I not send you the script?
I think you forgot. but yeah, let me see.
I'm sorry, I sent it to so many people. But if you're in that Discord though, if you go into the Discord, the APOA Discord, at the bottom of it, the very last. Oh, and John just responded and said he wants to do it too. So at the very bottom of the Discord, the APOA Discord, there is a running away screaming category, and it has the script is just in there, and you can download it from there.
This Wednesday we got Bones coming out, so me and Chris got Bones coming out on Wednesday, so it is.
All right, yeah, like you got to send it to me so I can hear it. I want to hear what you got. You figured out Audacity pretty well. You got Audacity pretty down.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, I'll send you the tape when I finish recording it.
I told you all you gotta do is just tell me a time, like whenever you're online.
Yeah, it's just
I can.
Yeah, like
I can
I'm
with you.
Yeah, like on the last track, I just sent him the audio and shit, and then he doctored the shit, you know, the vocals and stuff. So he just fixed it, you know. So that's why it was like echoey, like it sounded kind of echoey and shit. It was cool, you know, like he put like cool effects on it.
I thought that was good.
Yeah, it was a dope song. Yeah, it turned out pretty good. Yeah.
It was worth all the ranting and raving everybody was
For
doing.
sure. Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
well, hey,
For sure.
how about this? How about this? Pull it up right now. Let's just hear a clip. Let's get a sample of like just like a let's get a 30-second sample of the premiere. Like we're gonna hear the whole thing on Wednesday. Let's get a 30-second sample right now to get some hype going. You know?
Yeah, but we already premiered a song yesterday. You know that, Chris, right?
That was Brant,
Rant,
wasn't it?
Yeah, we
you
can
and
play that
Rant
one.
or a different one.
Yeah,
At
we
like
can play
6
that one.
o'clock in the morning.
I unfortunately passed out. Like I said, watching Zoolander and didn't wake up
You
till today.
fell
'cause
asleep there.
Let's play it again.
I was going to go on the. I was planning on coming on your show last night, and I.
Yeah, let me
I
figure out
slept
the
through whole thing.
timestamp.
Yeah,
Let me figure out the timestamp.
All right, y'all figure that out. I'll be right back.
It's 10 hours 55 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, some shit like that. Yeah.
Because I was replaying it again, listening to it again.
I was so disappointed when I woke up and I was like, "Holy shit! What time? It was what time? It's 1 o'clock! Oh my god!" And like I was kind of pissed at myself, but I just
1 o'clock a.m. That's
no, it's
PM.
Yeah, it's 9 hours 53 minutes. Here, I could just share the whatever, you know.
Yeah, sure. I just want to hear some. I just want to hear a sample. I just want to hear.
Yeah,
some...
and I'm not gonna rap like this over Bones. It's just because of the beat. The beat is kind of like more like
you gotta adjust to the beat, man, every time.
Yeah, it's more soothing. Like this beat is like more, but it's soothing, but it's haunting at the same time. It's fucking weird.
It's got a somewhat of a quick tempo to it, yeah.
I'm really excited. I this is the first time I'll ever hear you rap, so I'm.
It's from the PSYOP. It's from the PSYOP division commercial. You guys know about that?
What am I putting up? This is not copyright, is it?
No, this is a song we made. But yeah,
that's the one. Oh,
he's the copyright owner. So
oh shit, I have to play it, huh? Yeah, I didn't get copyrighted for it, so you know.
Yeah, I think you have to play it.
I was off by an hour.
On the machine lies, where we talk about the lies of the machine on the machine that lies. Yeah, please. That's just like please join us for some discussions with Neuro and Talcott. And please enjoy this song. I'm gonna throw us in the back here. Bless you guys for being out here with us.
Beast.
Is she gonna copyright me?
Well, if he does, then he's an asshole, and the machine lies probably won't work for him again.
You sound low. You sound way out of copyright.
Gripping at my skin, the walls of night closing.
While the use of this force as an integral part of combat has now taken on new form.
Welcome to the battlefield. No, you can't get out of here. Some of the goes when you lie, you won't make it out alive. Though you fuck around and try, do you like what you define? We ain't letting nothing slide with all these fucking goals out in your eyes. And they whisper the word die in these digital trenches. They got an army of artificial intelligent henchmen. I got a hunch they attach to intelligence networks with intent to infect the internet, discredit and suppress anything that isn't them. There's a schism in the system that they didn't plan. Weaponized autism coupled with a little bit of hidden hand matrix construct ain't the world we living in. Born with the damn glasses, so we been on they living. It's you who's been told a vision, that's why you cling to your soul. And an old religion that has only been promoted to be control systems, stuck under the hypnosis of an old wizard. Coming for your head, don't say that you ain't been told, lizard. You ain't building shit while we out here moving pillars. Welcome to the valley of the shadow of some smooth killers. Coming for your head, don't say that you ain't been told, lizard. You ain't building shit while we out here moving pillars. Welcome to the valley of the shadow of some smooth killers. Welcome to the valley of the shadow of some smooth killers.
Another very important phase of warfare has as its target not the body, but the mind of the enemy. Words and ideas.
The ammunition used by psychological warfare is
Its mission is to influence the thoughts of the enemy.
Have a broad and sympathetic understanding of
Fucking order out, chaos, this is order out of order. My greatest order, disorder. I'm born with human absorption propaganda. I was busy sorting water in the corner, preparing the meditation for war with the new world order. In school, I was just bored with the board of education. Even though I border on being an information hoarder, I don't ever offer my 2 cents, so here's a full fucking quarter. I'm a self-educated, trained, skilled warrior, currently operating a solo outfit with open lines of communication. The outside the matrix, the data global, the operation to stop enslavement. The devil lurking in darkness, attempt to turn your heart into onyx, throwing ganja in the system, steady combat and hardness. Medication for the mind virus, cause when the mind hide, they can't hide good, and good don't hide, but why would I? Cause it's have you been outside lately? Cause it's around me. Coming for your head, don't say that you ain't been told. Is this you ain't building shit while we out here moving pillars. Welcome to the valley of the shadow of some smooth killers. Coming for your head, don't say that you ain't been told. Is this you ain't building shit while we out here moving pillars. Welcome to the valley of the shadow of some smooth killers. Welcome to the valley of the shadow of some smooth killers. Coming for your head, don't say that you ain't been told. Is this you ain't building shit while we out here moving pillars. Welcome to the valley of the shadow of some smooth.
There is another very important phase of warfare.
Careening through chaos, and these serene dreams. The shadows of screams, of those trapped in the system.
have a broad and sympathetic understanding.
On a horizon now, virtual settler. Memory box with Microsoft robot love couldn't keep us together. But the serenity of dark thoughts and this gilded pleasure is the celibacy of a cage plugged on. That's why we're drunk off the misplaced rage and recycled thought. Drunk on power when we're reading the scripts without turning the page, so we're lost. We're drunk on the human condition. We're also drunk, intoxicated. Mortal mass, surprise, desire, inhibition. Yeah, drunk from saying we know without listening. Yeah, and drunk from validating lies through social permission. So I use the prison to illuminate this blind inner vision. No sense of idealism can teach this man indifference. Because fences make him claustrophobic like indentured slave children. Whether laziness or convenience as your thoughts inside a closed system. You're just a consumer if you're either a user or a victim. Because refinement rises out of the furnace of affliction. While the spirit of hate only causes contradiction. War in your heart instead of music keeps the conscious mind in prison. My predilection, thoughts strange and strained. They change if it's too good to be true. Then fuck what they say to the grave. It's better to live easy on a passionate. Dissatisfied with your rage, it's better to live with your dreams. And obsolete on a speakeasy with a heap of vanity. Make the shadows weep inside a divine sleep to recombine. Seducing your mind. Hard structures to rupture your medulla. Kama Sutra running through the network that separates Michael and Lucifer. Disappointed, stagnant savages get stung by the future when tribalism offers a schism. You need a hive mind just to fit in, whether your ideals are money, power, your own decisions. You cannot imprison this dark apparition with idle ambition or assassinate the derision. I skip a stone off the river of hate and illuminate the blind space like a computer mind interface. Stagnant tactic cause me to alleviate the serotonin fountain with pronouns of escape, poems of a dilated fate. But I'm full diameter with the factor of this rapture. Yeah, the aperture somehow I lost. Yeah, how to manage these synapses she left me despite all my efforts. Yeah, ever since we touched the sky, I couldn't get the spray with network. So my eyes on the prize like Sally rings inside the texture simply closes. Once motive devotion is closed in, but I guess time will tell. Some men sell their cries and shoves the shekels. It's only truth that tells you lies can never settle. If the world is metapsycho, physical, then I guess I emptied out my mind thinking on the spiritual and the deep malaise. Happenstance, cancerous craze will follow the religion of self, but they ignore the slave in the heart cave. As it binds the legs of grips, let my side skin and fiber optic lenses to the wires of the skin. Yeah, but you're locked in the house, spoon-fed consciousness, while this neurotoxin drips inside the smile of a dolphin and across the time, present as the orphan. Yeah, no amount of the enforcement can pause the source of his grip when the phantasmagoria only changes the shadows within. That's why on the search within the bonfire of enlightenment.
only avails of ignorance. In a surface area of bioluminescence of your own screens to sharpen your tendons. Remember these presents are meant to keep it together, but duality fought its last bout and lost its sacred pleasure. On the horizon, I'm a virtual settler, a memory box of robot love can keep us together. But the serenity of dark thoughts and this gilded pleasure is a celibacy of a cage plugged off. Now we ghost in the shell.
Flow reminds me of Docio. Cool shit.
Yeah. Ghost in the soul system.
Message in the stars. And then you and Chris have one coming out tomorrow, you said?
Well,
No, on Wednesday.
He's just mind beating his vocals,
Like in a
but
week.
yeah,
TML,
Machine,
what's that?
your flow reminds me a lot of Dose. I dig it a lot. I really if you wouldn't mind me taking a stab at the mix of it though, because I'd like to bring the vocals forward a little bit more, because like the vocals are a little buried in the beat. And the vocals I think are really important to that thing. You need to be able to understand everything you're saying, and sometimes the beat kind of cuts into and
I have another track from a Jedi Mind Tricks album that I wanted to record it over too. I'll get like a personal recording of it that I play just for myself, but it should be copyrighted as fuck.
Sure.
That's
yeah,
originally.
That's the only. You release it as a mixtape, it'll be fine. You know, if it's a mixtape, mixtapes are usually recorded with people's beats, so you know that's how you get around that.
Exactly.
Dude, is that a collab?
So Incorporate's so cringe, you just kind of just ignore it until you can make a deal.
Yeah,
TML.
Let me. I don't want to underestimate with my minor criticism like there. That was dope as fuck. Okay, it was really dope as fuck. I'm really impressed with Rant too. Rant's like flow in his
yeah, he was straight
like,
ripping it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he's got a great like kind of growl to his voice. I like that. Like it's like, but your flow and your style runs all of Dose, which is like Dose is in my heart, like probably my favorite, beyond like Aesop and Dose are like my favorite rappers. So, you know, I 100% dig the fuck out of it. Maybe a little bit of Dose, a little bit of like Rage Against the Machine too, but like not quite as much like the vocal delivery, just like kind of some of the flow part of it. But yeah, dude, yeah, it's dope as fuck. I just like to hear the vocals come a little forward more, give them a little more a punch up front, so like they don't get drowned in that beat so much.
Yeah,
But,
check it out. Check it. Shit.
Ooh, that was sound like a real phone.
That was my only thing about the tune, was that a little bit of remastering could be done on the vocals to really polish it off.
It seemed like that the woman's voice for the whatever you call it,
the sample in the background.
The sample, like it's that little. It was in the front a little way too much. I mean, just a little bit, because it was covering up what was important.
Yeah, I love that sample though, you know, and I like that.
I like it.
And I also kind of, in my mind, it appreciated the effect because my rap was, because I rapped in monotone, and then it's called Ghost in the in the machine, so it's just kind of like, it just kind of goes with the theme, like how I'm like just kind of fading in and out, and then it kind of makes me louder, and then I kind of fade out again. You know what I mean? So I thought that was actually cool kind of effect that kind of goes with the song. But yeah, I hear what you guys saying though.
Yeah, but that's not to take anything away from the fact that
I performed. It's got
that old school like underground hip hop vibe to it that I love. You know, I love that vibe.
A long time ago, I performed like 2 years ago. When my first wife left me, I performed that a cappella at a slam poetry show at 2 or 3 of them. You know, and I remember like they had these girls that would come there, like, you know, these cute like girls that would come there and sing over there. You know, like they'd be like in little singing bands, and these like girls would try to give me their number and shit. That little poem was like a panty dropper at the slam poetry shows.
I started to do so many like I with my former musical partner that just kind of like fucked me over and disappeared. We had so many shows set up at different times, and like I was all ready to I was all hyped up and ready to go, and then he'd cancel it last minute, and it pissed me off so many times. I've never actually gotten to do any live stuff for the rap stuff. I love performing.
Yes. This is
performing
why
is
I
a
try not. Yeah, this is why I try not.
To me.
Yeah, this is why I try not to make commitments with other people because I know how unreliable they are. I actually refuse to go into personnel management because of how how annoyed I am with other people. So I prefer stuff I could do on my own, so I have some control over it.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. The reason why it was like that for me though is because like I'm white as hell, and a lot of places that do rap shows they don't really they look at a white guy like me. They're like, yeah, right. They don't even like I was
so you
kind
need
of
someone to hold your hand.
I was piggybacking on some real gangster rap shit. Because I used to hang out with some real OG gangster rap guys, okay, and so I was like piggybacking on them to get in the door, and I never actually got to actually show any. I mean, not that my.
Do you have a rap for us?
Just walk in. They're not gonna. Don't go in the club. Just walk in.
No, I mean flow style, freestyle.
You're just not used to
freestyle. I'm not good at freestyle.
Yeah, I'm not good at freestyle.
Put on some more bling.
You go first.
Put the link. What Chopper video?
I said I was telling him he needs to put on more bling. I didn't say link. I said bling.
Yeah,
more bling.
He needs lots of bling.
This is all the bling I have. I have these 2 rings and I have this necklace.
There was a Gen X Jeff episode where I freestyled. You guys remember that? It was like way back. It was like back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There was an OG episode where I
like
freestyle.
Christmas or New Year.
Yeah, it was like it was funny.
So Chris, I usually just walk into places I want to go to because I'm used to not being liked. I'm used to being disliked, and you're not as used to being disliked as I am. So you want someone to hold your hand as you go in.
I guess it's not about being unliked. It's about them letting me on the stage. That was the issue, was getting on the stage. I mean, did you guys ever hear that track I did Yodo that has my wife on it? Did you try going on the stage without someone holding your hand up there? It was about like actually letting them on the stage, letting me on the stage.
Did you try?
Oh yeah, is this
a lot of the places?
Is this copyrighted? Chopper, is this going to get me copyrighted? The song?
Let me take a look.
I remember seeing this. Yes,
it's on Chopper Jeff channel,
and it has like I know.
Yeah,
it
probably will because it's not his song, so it probably gets copyrighted. We can't do that.
Well, I'll put the link, and y'all can watch it on your own. It's a little rap video he made.
Yeah, let me play a little snippet of this one of the most produced track I ever did.
You didn't answer my question, Chris. Did you even try to attempt to go up on stage without someone holding your hand up there?
Well, it wasn't like an open mic thing. It was actually a show where they booked my friend Killikel and Buddha and Buddha and Coco Buddha and like I was going to go on as like kind of like as support and I was going to be kind of like handling some of the board stuff, and I was going to go and do one song, and like they canceled the show before I got there, so I couldn't go on as just myself because it wasn't open mic. Yeah,
I understand. You went book yourself, and you weren't going to attempt to book yourself. You wanted to tag along with someone else. I understand.
And they wouldn't talk. I was nobody. I was and is nobody in that realm. So like they were gonna. These were bigger clubs. So they in here in Dallas, and they weren't about to let me on stage because they didn't know who I was. So
yeah. So did you try going on stage on smaller clubs?
I didn't know. I
that would have been a good time for the race card. Did you try that one? Did you feel there was a racial element to this?
Yeah, it would have been a good time for race card.
I mean, like, I guess I was a little nervous about it. I felt a lot more secure going up there with like guys that were kind of like that had like that were slightly legends at the time. So
yeah,
it was a little bit less. I wasn't like someone who I felt like I could just go and do that. But I only had like 2 songs too, so it was like I couldn't do a full set.
Yeah,
So
you're not a guy who's okay with trying to
internalized
stand on his own
depression.
merit. You need a group just to feel comfortable going anywhere. I understand.
And plus that one of the tracks I was doing was a track that had 3 different people on it, and 2 of those people were not me. So I didn't even know their parts, so I couldn't have I could only done my part. Here, yeah, I'll play.
Do you have a
play
rap you can give us now, like just on the fly?
I
fly
share
style?
No, I can share the screen and
No, I mean
and
right now,
play
like
this one.
live.
No, I don't. I have to have the beat on it.
That's what McNemesis said too.
Yeah.
I'm not good at doing it live, and I'm really out of practice too. So I mean, I haven't even tried to rap in about 10 years. So here, show the screen though. I put the screen up there.
This is from your SoundCloud.
Yeah, this track is the one I put the most work into this track.
What is Yodo since you only die?
That's Killer Cal doing that part.
Is it you only die once?
That's
Lindsay.
Take another look at that. Tell me that you wouldn't smack your face neck. No fucks given out this year. Don't pout, no tears allowed here. Killing for sudden fear. I'm a door. Tiny town, no place to hide. Small houses, people wide. If you're thinking that I'm faking, sadly you would be mistaken. Sympathy is quickly breaking, but resolve is never fake. Innovation so key, mistress of the backbeat. Man, you can't control me. Beat me down to throw me. No, you're not my homie. Don't try to take me bowling. None exempt for trolling. You motherfucking blow me. He was for shake the bone, stage your future ready to throw. I don't want this shit, it's old. Burn your palace, break the molds. Be assured this is the last time I'll ever kill your last. Solo back and read your lost. Stole your queen and mowed your rook. Rally about them like a brook. About the time you read a book. And all the worthless shit you took, it's just another petty crook. I shake your hand and use a hook. What, you think I'll give a fuck? Come on, girl. 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 Come on, girl.
Are you on this one?
Come on, girl. 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 It's not an insult. Out the road, like you was in the cold. Come on, girl. It's not an insult. Out the road, like you was in the cold. Out the road, like you was in the cold. Out the road, ass like you was in the cold. Out the road, shake your ass like you was in the cold. Out the road, shake your ass like you was in the cold. Reaching back in the track, brace yourself for attack. In the moment, on the make, broken hearts and ticker tape. All scattered on the ground, listening, but there's no sound. In the void, out the flood, put the fire in my blood. All this violence, oh my God. Every dark prince in the sod. Followed by silence, dear bereft. You can't resurrect, cause there's nothing left. I forged an invitation to this yearly invocation where some summon angels to prolong the earthly station. But instead of hollow presents all those motherfuckers saw was pain to the fire claw, vengeance, hunger, sushi raw. Maybe it was me who set the motherfucker free and suggested recipes. I can't recall right now it seems. Mouth wide shut, so I don't laugh. Take a drink, jerk it back. Everybody else a gas as the elder splits in half. So I exit out the kitchen, grab some brownies, pretty bitchin'. Get on Craigslist, take an ad, get some freaks to back this pad. Don't be warm, blood and worse on everything, so get there first. Weakest stomach, don't apply. Here's the address, don't reply. I never checked back in, but it took a solid week before the fucking paper mentioned any fucking thing. And even then, it's just a slug line about the mystery deaths of a suicide club.
Oh, there we go. That's pretty much the track, though.
Was that you rapping?
That was like the third voice that comes in, like
part?
Yeah,
it was Lindsay
the white
and
part.
you and
it was Lindsay and me. Yes, it was Lindsay and me and Killer Kel, who is very black. But
oh wow, we got a surprise,
man. I dug it.
Yeah, I put a lot of work in that track. That track was really meticulously constructed.
It says not connected.
Just not connected.
What's not connected?
Are you up here just to throw us a link? Or put his name or how we can find it. Okay. Do you want me to put it in the main chat?
What part? Oh,
I'd say forward is the main.
I'll put the SoundCloud link in the chat. That's fine. The SoundCloud link is just soundcloud.com. It's soundcloud.com Chris-Slater/Chris-Slater. It's not anything complicated. I can actually this stupid fucking keyboard that this bitch completely destroyed. I can't really read anything on it. She's like covered all the keys in fucking bullshit.
Oh,
I can't actually
private.
Fuck it. I can't do that. Okay. There we go. We'll do that then.
We have all these musicians. We should do an open mic one night.
I don't know if it would match up with the timing with the, the difference in the,
Well, we shouldn't care because it's people available sometime.
What?
There's always people available. So
no, I'm saying like if we're trying to jam together, is that what he meant?
Well, yeah, an open mic.
That would work. That
would
work better.
Or individually.
That would work.
We used to do it during
OBS,
COVID, where people would take turns showing off their music.
Yeah, like taking turns makes sense, but like playing all together at once.
It's hard because of the delay.
It'd be like worse than like everybody talking over each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, over a network, jamming over networks were too hard without special network considerations and some kind of shit that wouldn't work.
Yeah, I wonder how the Cajun accordion would sound over. It would be too blasting.
Yeah, I mean, if you try to make music just on your PC, depending on how your audio is configured, it may not sync enough either. So doing it over network is like 10 times harder than that.
Well, that's the best I've ever heard Hank in any panel ever. That's all. Whatever you.
Well, were you around last night for Machine Lies?
Huh?
Were you around for last night's panel with?
He was there.
Yeah, I was there.
Rant. Oh, you were there.
Yeah, he was there.
Well, the last half I was there for a lot of it. Yeah, I probably missed like a few minutes here and there, but. Yeah.
I was there for like 15, 20 minutes, and then I just ducked out once everybody started fighting each other.
Yeah, but I'm there to fight, so that's why I was there. So I didn't have to.
I woke up and I heard Hank hollering.
Yeah.
I never heard.
You know what was funny, man? It was watching Cecil like passed out like a gigantic toddler, and then like he's like got his mouth open, he's breathing through his mouth, and he's just like he gets like when Hank is like really going after Rant, like Cecil is just like covering his head with a sheet and like looking around like like he didn't know what the hell was going on. That was kind of funny in a way.
Yeah.
Was wake up or what? Best part of waking up is
why does he do that? Why does Cecil take a nap on the stream? Why does he do that? And film himself?
Because
like his thing.
World.
Because it makes you ask why he's doing that.
Yeah,
it's really a little weird.
It's stupid. He can make tons of money just hosting his own sleep streams. He should just do it there.
Like that. There's actually people who
you can make money sleeping on the camera.
Yes, you can. I don't know why, but people do that all the time, and it's
because maybe it helps other people sleep when they see.
Like a body double.
I don't. Not like a body double. Like
can you guys tell me if this thing sounds too loud to you?
I can just barely hear it. So, is it an accordion?
Yeah, it's a Cajun accordion.
Can you play some Cajuns?
Yeah,
Cajun
man. I mean, it might sound all mixed up because of how StreamYard fucks with every instrument, but.
Yeah, it does clip it in places. That
Yeah, it's
even
clicking
that
a
little
lot.
bit takes me home though. Wow, thank you.
You could make some of that out.
What'd you guys think of Lindsay's rapping though? I thought she did a really great job. She's
Yeah,
like
it was really fluid.
It was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah,
she's only rapped on 2 tracks, and like you guys want to hear the other rap she did? I told her specifically to try to sound like Missy Elliott, and I think she did a great job. I just want to play
Yeah,
her
that
part
shit
of
was.
it.
Yeah, where she's like,
yeah, she's still rap though.
you want to take me bowling? You should fucking blow me. That shit. Was that shit was
Does
dope.
Lindsay still rap? Or
I
she
haven't
just
heard rap
she hasn't
yet.
rapped in 10 years either.
I
Yeah,
haven't
she hasn't rapped in 10 years either.
heard her rap yet, but I want to say 2 things. One, I want to hear it. Two, the song that Machine and Rant put out yesterday is pretty good. And then 3, Busker, I like that music, and I hope that you'll make another. hope you'll make a track with us, and I'll bust some flows
We're coming out with an album.
to the Cajun.
Dude,
accord.
I've used in my beats. I use samples and like musical things from all sorts of things. I've used accordion. I like it. Like if you'll notice the background of that track we just played, like you heard the flute in the background there, that like little flute thing. That was like a flute sample I found from some obscure thing, and I twisted and fucked it up with a bunch of stuff. So it didn't really sound anything like original.
No, everyone
like,
uses samples. Literally, everyone uses samples.
I know, but I use sample. I use really weird samples though. I use samples.
I have a spreadsheet I found yesterday. I'm going to put it in a private chat about samples used in video games. Let me go get it for you.
Chris,
sure.
I can send you some samples of me playing. I can record it, send them to you, and just like little fills of some sort.
Sure, yeah, man. I haven't made a beat in a while, but I'm more willing to make one.
Back.
If Jeff wants to bring up the screen here to share, I want you guys to hear like Lindsay doing her best Miss Elliott impression, because that's why I wrote all the stuff on here. I wrote all the lyrics for all of these tracks that I made. I acted as producer and just like told people. I just like get the direction of like what it should sound like, and so
you guys ever heard of Said G?
Who?
Said G.
Said G. I don't know.
Yeah, CEDGEE. Said G from Ultramagnetic MCs. You know, he was one of the main guys who popularized sampling. He forever changed the face of music because you didn't need any instruments to make music anymore. All you needed was 2 turntables and a microphone. You know,
That's 2 turntables and a microphone. Where is that? I got 2 turntables and a microphone.
Yeah, Said G from Ultramagnetic MCs. And it's cool because Kool Keith, one of the most innovative and abstract rappers, Kool Keith, he was one of the founding members of the group too. You know, they used to be.
I actually talked to Kool Keith on the phone once. He knew Coco Bada.
Along
with Ice-T. He knew Ice-T. He knew Kool Keith. He knew a lot of those guys. Dude, Coco, he lived in my house for a year, and like I never like met these people in person, but I met them on the phone. I ended up talking to like all these.
You never had a wrench. Nobody had wrenches.
Ranches?
Wrench. Chris was the only one with the wrench.
Yeah, I'm the only one with the wrench. So like, nobody's wrench got taken. If you want a wrench really badly, I don't know. I mean, Jeff might give it to you.
I don't know. I don't really use wrenches here. There's hardly ever any need.
I don't. The only reason I have a wrench is so I can post links. That's the only reason I have one.
Like,
I'm always in StreamYard. And I usually have the YouTube tab closed because like otherwise it drags the computer down. So
because they had talked about maybe Twin Peaks too.
Yeah, I totally think we should watch season 1 and 2 of Twin Peaks. Like, I think because there's apparently.
I didn't realize there were so many people who haven't seen it. That's like essential view. It was the beginning of modern television.
All week, every T-shirt I've worn this last 4 or 5 days has been a different Twin Peaks shirt. So, I'm
rap battled. Did you win? Probably, I guess not. Or it'd be. JoeCool. We'd be sitting here talking to Ice-T.
JoeCool.
Yeah, I've talked to Ice-T. He's a cool guy.
JoeCool. If he did take your wrench, it's just because you're black. Okay, I just want to mention that.
Yeah, no, it's totally.
It's that systemic. Panel.
Maybe we could get a sample of Busker's laptop and make that into something.
A what?
A
sample of Busker's laptop buzzing and turn that into like a distortion effect or something.
Yeah, dude, this thing's like it's got a CD-ROM drive that fucking clunks and doesn't work. It's ancient. This thing's ancient.
Like on my SoundCloud, I have like the second version of the track Murder Berkeley that's on there. That version has like this guitar type sound to it, and all it was like this like one like distortion little like sample, and I just took it and I just pitch shifted it up and down so it sounded like a guitar going. So it's not even a real guitar on that one.
Yeah. Look at that spreadsheet I linked in that.
Yeah, I just pulled it up. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet though. I clicked on it.
I mean, they got whole genres of noise music and stuff.
Yeah, I love noise.
I gotta make a call. I gotta put myself.
No wave.
Haven't really gotten into it
noise.
all that much. Rhythmic noise, noise wall, etc.
Yeah, this is a badass list, man. Like I appreciate stuff like this. I have an external hard drive that I hope isn't corrupted or something now, but I have an external hard drive that has something like it's like a giant like 20 terabyte hard drive, and it's filled with nothing but sample packs. I have sample packs. I have so many sample packs that it's impossible to go through them all. But yeah, I'll definitely check it out. I love sample packs. I'm like a collector of them. I like to collect drum kits, and I like to take individual drum hits from each drum kit and make my own kit out of it. And I like to like twist and like tune them and distort them in different ways, and then make my own like sounding drum kits to them. And because I don't have drums or anything, I can actually just like sample drums too. But,
did you say 20 gigabytes or 20 terabytes?
Terabytes.
Why would you need that many samples?
Is this where it gets really nerdy?
Because I'm a sample hoarder. That's why I'm a sample hoarder.
That is a lot of samples.
Because you can use DSP to transform samples, and that's why radio gets to get away with kilobytes of samples and still sound fine.
No, yeah, you can totally. I mean, and it's not full. Okay, it's a 20 terabyte hard drive. It's not full. Okay, it's about half full. But I had to I got to get them all off of my computer. So it's still 10 terabytes of samples. But it's not just samples though. It's also instruments. It's got like all the contact. It's got a bunch of contact stuff. It's got a bunch of whenever I was really into producing stuff, man, I'm a huge nerd when it comes to production stuff, and like that's the reason why I use Reaper. I don't use any other program because Reaper has the best sample integration of any other DAW. You can set your little I have it set up where I have like the lower right hand corner of my screen, I have my sample box right there. I lower sample into it, and then I can from there I can like adjust like what part of the sample I want, and I can fuck with it and pitch shift it and everything, and then I can just like click a button and drop it into the track, and then man, it's just so the workflow in Reaper is so smooth and so like instantly easy to create with. It makes it like it's the only DAW I ever paid for. And I paid for it just as support. You don't even have to. They'll give it to you you can use it for free forever. But I paid for it because I used it so much and I respected it so much. Like they're like Reaper is by far, in my opinion, the best. And I think Audacity is fine for a free DAW, but you can do
Audacity's
so
not
much.
a DAW.
Yeah, it's just more like recording. I mean, it's grown into a DAW. I mean, like there is some digital audio workstation like features to it now these days that you did not used to have. It's gotten a lot better, but it's still pretty behind the times when it comes to. But Reaper is a total DAW.
That's not a DAW. You could do some audio processing, and but it's not designed to be a DAW. It's designed to help you process audio. Audio's just very flexible. You could use just command line tools and get the samples together and edit it. It's the only audio programming languages.
The only other DAW I ever really use occasionally is Logic, because Logic has the best automatic drummer in it. You can like create like a realistic sounding like drummer just by saying some things, and like it'll just create unique like realistic sounding drum beats for you, like for like doing like live like actual guitar and bass kind of stuff. You really want to play music to it instead of making like a rap song. Logic is the best for that because of its drummers. Because I just don't have access to a drummer. I never have. Like even when I was playing in bands, like drummers were like 1,000 times. They're just impossible to find. Here, share my screen again real fast. I want everybody to hear. I want to show off my girls my girls Missy Elliott ish verse in this one track. And I'm gonna play the one verse. I'm not gonna play anything else. There we go. This was a brand new heresy. This is I wrote this song specifically for her, and like my verse. My verse. Sorry.
Read my eyes on my body language, so you want for me a triple odyssey. The whole format, putting on my war hat, prepare for the storm and your common torment.
Why did you use the devil logo?
I couldn't understand what you said.
Down your fence, we're so well versed in the art of menace. We pulling up in a hearse, so you know how you're leaving. And yeah, you're gonna leave, cause you Britain just became a brand new heresy. According to this Apple bullshit I just signed, retroactive for all time, no stalls, we'll beat you all.
I did it. I did it, and I won, and I beat them all.
I'm proud of her. I think she did. I think she did a great job of. She did a great job of like delivering those lyrics like that. She's a way better rapper than I am. I only have one track that I think I actually rap decently on. That's this one, No Native Tongue. That was the only one. That's the one that you liked. Machine.
Did she write the lyrics?
No, I wrote every one of these. I wrote the lyrics for everything. I would create the beat and like kind of craft the whole like song, and I would like write lyrics specifically for different voices and different like different things like that. Like mostly, which is why there's only a couple of them that have other people's voices on them. But and they're all kind of weird fantasy type things. I was trying to do this like comic book aesthetic. It's like it's because that's why it was called We Fight Cults was the name of like the project. Was like we're supposed to be like these rogue cult fighters that we were going around like shutting down like these Luciferian like demon worshipping cults and stuff like that. And that's why it was what it was supposed to be about. It was just a dumb comic book concept. It was just supposed to be for fun, But it was a little bit too high concept, and people did not get it at all. So.
Oh, I actually like it. I mean, I could feature my enemies as protagonists against me or something. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah. Like Murder Berkeley is literally about like some dude that like was threatening Lindsay online about saying that he was a real magician. There was all these pictures of him dressed in these really fake looking like Joanne fabric looking fake robes with like his little like magic wand stick that was so fucking just not. It was not good, and so I made a whole song. I made a diss track about him, and No Native Tongue is like this whole story about. It's supposed to be like this, like kind of like this story about like imprisoning a demon in stone. It's like they're just like they were like really esoteric, like mystical like things. It was supposed to be like because like I don't feel comfortable making like rap songs about typical things that people make rap songs about because I'm not a gangster. I'm as white as shit. So I just feel like it's better to make something about something that you can kind of like it's supposed to be a persona. I was trying to create a persona, trying to create like a character type thing. I thought maybe people would get it, but they didn't get it. But that's okay.
That's interesting because I actually want to know what runs through the head of my enemies so I can play them like this keyboard if I knew how to play it.
Why do you have so many enemies all of a sudden? You wouldn't have all these enemies if you.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what type of psychedelics you took to write those lyrics, but yeah, those lyrics are off the chain for No Native Tongues. This shit is crazy.
I was not on any drugs at all at the time.
No, it's very good writing for that song.
I had some tattoos. Frank.
My favorite lyrics I ever wrote were from Murder Berkeley though. Right? It's like the lyric in the second verse is what is it? God, I can't remember it now. It's been so long. I don't listen to these things enough anymore.
So, Jeff, what was your question to me?
I don't remember. What were we talking about?
You said, "Well, I have enemies all of a sudden." Restored.
Yeah, well, you have all these enemies all of a sudden.
Yeah, I do.
You keep talking about like knowing how your enemies think and being a protagonist and like wouldn't all of that happen?
I'm their antagonist because I'm not listening and believing doing what they tell me to do when they want me to do
but
it.
they don't antagonize me.
Yes, they do, but you just that.
Well, they don't do it. They don't do it to my face, or they don't.
Yeah, they don't do it. They don't do it to your face.
Or
well,
you just ignore them.
Actually, they do it to your face. Actually, you just don't let it bother me.
They don't bother me. Who's doing it? They don't. I don't have enemy like you. There's nobody that's doing it to the point where I see them as an enemy.
Yeah.
So I guess it doesn't matter if they're doing it to me or not. It's not having the effect of making them an enemy to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I don't really have any enemies per se, I guess either, but you know.
Yeah, I have enemies per se.
I mean, I might have some I don't know about, but nobody to my face.
Well, I have enemies per se
because the people that already hate me.
I have enemies per se because they call for me to be censored. They say they should have my family pull me off the internet and so I do have enemies per se, just like TML does. But I'd like to know what goes through their mind.
Well, no, I have friendly enemies and evil friends, and it's just a different thing. It's like a mix. Just everybody.
And Frank, that's not something I ever.
Everybody's flipped.
Ever sounded like something.
Yeah, you have frenemies. Like Yeah, I have frenemies too.
Okay, I just remember the lyrics. The lyrics I was going to say. It's we call it "Life is Elixir 223 proof." I swear to God, if I'm just chasing a goddamn occultist off my roof, I'm going to scream real loud. Call me Pee-wee Hermeticist. The word of the day is going to roll off my tongue like a fist. And while I don't want to scare you, I don't take any acts of slander. So if you want to sling shit, that's fine. I'm coming with bullets. I'm coming back with something with. I'm coming back with something I can't remember, but like a bubbly Berkeley number with murder in the dancer's eyes, kaleidoscopic psychotropic choreography with knives. That's my favorite line I ever wrote. But yeah, I always thought that line was really funny. I think the Pee-wee Hermeticist. I think Pee-wee Hermeticist is one of the funniest things I ever came up with.
Yeah, if you look at like Rakim, Rakim was one of the first rappers to incorporate the multisyllabic, pattern, into his rhyme. So he would use alliteration, but he would also use multisyllabic rhyme schemes, and part of the way he learned that was by emulating the verses of the Holy Quran, because it does that a lot, because the Holy Quran actually uses not only an external rhyme scheme, it'll rhyme the first and last words, but it'll also rhyme syllables in between the words.
Yeah.
So it uses like this complex rhyme scheme, that's also used that upgraded the hip hop. So like,
Rakim's one of my heroes, as well as, I mean, it's the same thing.
I would model that I modeled that. Like I wrote one that was like, it was something like headless, deathless, exegesis with Pegasus wings, Exodus, and then it was just like the multi-syllables of the thing, you know what I mean? And then I did another one that was like picture perfect inertia smashes surfaces on purpose.
Yeah.
like that kind of thing. Where it's just like very.
It's all about trying to find that flow. I mean, and like I'm really good at writing the lyrics. I'm not as good at delivering them. I've never been a great rapper per se, but like because I do tend to, like, in much the same way. Like one of my other favorite rappers is Y, and like Y doesn't even bother trying to stay on beat a lot of times, and like that thing that fucked me up a lot, because like I internalized a lot of like Y's like his rhyme schemes and stuff, and so like he doesn't stay on a beat very well. So it really is. Chris, like me, is vulnerable to nerd sniping. What is that? What's nerd sniping?
Let's go to the XKCD article.
Hank's giving away all y'all's weak spots.
I mean, people.
That's what Chris Knight's working on right now.
People have been told me for a long
You
time.
want to know how his enemies think, but he's giving away how he and all his friends think.
Like I've been saying, I'm on my own side.
Well, yeah, that's true, Hank. But you're actually very, I mean, in my opinion, you're actually trying to help these guys understand their blind spots, but they don't want to see it. You know what I mean? Like you see a lot of my blind spots.
Pay for sea monkeys.
So.
Yeah, and when they come around with it in like a decade and look over it, they'll call it Revelation of the Method later.
With tears and a jar of sea monkeys for sale. I don't even know what that means, Frank.
I mean, sea monkeys were like a nickel growing up as it is. So nobody's gonna buy.
Here's the reason why it's hard to troll people like me and Hank and other people, and I'll tell you why right now. It's because me and Hank and I think Jeff to a degree, we're all very aware of our flaws. We're all very aware of the things that and we're more than willing to make fun of ourselves for those things. So if you already have a sense of humor about the things that you're weak areas that you're weak in, it's very hard to troll us because trolling works very well against people that really think that they're the shit, that think that they are, and then you poke holes in their armor and they feel very vulnerable, and that's where the trolling comes in. I don't have much armor. I'm very open about who I am. I'm as I said before. If people want to try to dox me, I'd be like, oh no. Here, I'll do better. I'll dox myself further. I don't give a shit. Like I'll put my social security number up. I don't give a fuck. I have no credit, so it's only anybody can ruin it worse. I'm not vulnerable because I have no armor.
Yes, and I'll make a deal for you. I'll just give it to you, but give me something of yours. So I'm willing to make a trade.
Trying to buy some bars on credit.
Yeah. So,
right.
Jeff, I got the XKCD article on nerd sniping. We're allowed to show it.
Yeah, it's just an image. It should be fine.
Yes.
What is there a way for me to look at it before I put it up there?
Yes, I'll go ahead and give you a link.
All right.
Ray, you can see this tab from your control panel. You can see anything I'm trying to share before you.
But how do I enlarge the tab so I can see what's on it?
Oh, okay. I'm just saying. I'll drop the link in the private chat. But you just move.
Oh, this is a comic.
Yes.
Yeah, I wonder if that is copyrighted.
He allows us to look at the comics.
I haven't seen this comic in ages.
Yeah, we're not going to be taken down for looking at a comic.
Yeah, I've never heard of anybody getting taken down for an image.
Yes.
Well, Jeff can be the first.
What we're looking at. It's very nerdy.
The image.
Yes, that's XKCD article on nerd sniping. XKCD number 356.
Nerd sniping.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I don't really think it's going to work that well against me either, though. I don't think I can. I don't think that's going to work for me personally. I would pick up that piece of paper and be like, oh, okay, whatever, let's just throw it out. It's like,
unless it had a QR code to some beats, then that would work on you really well.
Frank, you've never seen Twin Peaks? Yes, there's boobage. Well, it was made for TV, but there's also the movie version, which has boobage in it. Yeah, I don't think you will be boobage deprived.
So, it's a good question. Like, considering where Fire Walk with Me takes place in the timeline, would it be better to place Fire Walk with Me first? Would we be better off starting with Fire Walk with Me?
No.
Okay.
You lose the whole mystery.
True.
I know where to place it. I've been doing Twin Peaks ever since it came out, really. Like once or twice a year at least.
But Jeff's not willing to watch the third season again, so
it's not. The third season is not the same as Twin Peaks. It's a
I
totally
enjoy the
different.
I enjoy the third
set
season.
of
Many
characters,
people do not.
different locations, different plots, and the characters that they do bring in from the original are nothing like their counterparts in the first two
I
seasons.
disagree. I think Andy and his wife are very similar to me.
Oh my God, they're nothing. You talking about Lucy and Andy? They're
Yeah.
nothing like. And quit spoiling the show. They are nothing like.
How am I spoiling
the
a show by
first
naming
two.
a
Let's
character?
just let's just stop talking about this. The more we talk
Okay,
about it, the more you're gonna spoil it.
I'm gonna forget it anyways. I don't care if I'm
Well,
spoiled.
good.
I'm gonna forget about it anyways because I have a lot of stuff I'm doing. So if it's spoiled,
Yeah,
it may be
Chris
enough for
can
me to
probably
actually watch.
continue the
I mean, actually watch it if it's.
We're gonna start with the pilot, and Chris can probably continue the third season if the rest of you want to see it.
I already have it on my
I've
plate.
sat through it twice. I cannot sit through it again. It's one of the worst pieces of crap.
Tell me what's in it so I don't have to watch it then.
Well, we will after we watch
David
it,
Lynch. You can't
I'll
really
be happy to
describe
fill
what's in
everybody
it.
in if you don't want to watch it.
He's a surrealist filmmaker.
I actually in a lot of my lyrics I've dropped Twin Peaks references. I've dropped references to Talking Head songs. I dropped at least that one track that I played, that most recent thing I played that has that whole like We Beat 'Em All thing. That's a sample from 12 Ounce Mouse. Those are all my favorite.
Y'all don't know how influential that show was for Generation X. Like people like me and Chris. That was like our Star Wars or whatever it is for nerd.
For real. Yeah. It's a real big influence on me personally. That's the reason why I whenever Twin Peaks season 3 came out, that the website for Twin Peaks, they released all these shirts, and I had money at the time, and I bought like one of every shirt they have. So I have every one of the Twin Peaks shirts they put out. That's why I found them in my storage unit, and I was like, oh, here's all my Twin Peaks shirts. So I was like, well, then this next week's gonna be Twin Peaks week. I'm gonna wear my Twin Peaks shirts on stream. So anyway,
should we end early and go watch it?
Oh, I don't know. I thought we're still kind of going here.
Yeah, I'm not gonna come and watch it. I kind of don't care.
Okay, that's cool. It's a good show though. It's a fun show. Anyway, but I really am excited. You don't have a clip you can play us of Bones Machine. You don't have like just like a few seconds you can play of it.
Well, I still have to record it, unless I would just perform.
Oh, you haven't. Oh, I didn't know you hadn't recorded it yet. Well, then after the show, get with me and and I'll see. And I'd like to show you. I'd like to show you like how I would do it in Reaper, so you can get a better idea of what I'm talking about. We'll do it. We'll get on Discord, and I'll just screen share and show you what's up.
Yeah. So I want to ask you about those lyrics you came up with. What was going through your head when you came up with them, going after the occultists? Were you just trying to be edgy but not be in the gangster area, or what was going through your head when you wrote those lyrics?
It's supposed to be funny. It was supposed to be like just a funny like diss track. I have all the lyrics written down in my Google Docs, and I can just send you the link to it so you can see them.
Yes, please.
But they're recorded on the if you go to the SoundCloud and you listen to Murder Berkeley, they're pretty easy to understand. I made sure like I try to be really clear with my lyrics. I try not to like do any mumble rap or anything like that. So
really
go
quick.
ahead.
You and I were talking about something about Max Headroom. Can you tell me what that is?
That was EBT. They said his picture was based off of Max Headroom.
No, that was me. Me and Jack were talking offline. Max Headroom was a show from the 90s, I think, or maybe late 80s.
Late 80s, like 87.
Yeah, late 80s. We're a little bit of trivia. The same people that made Max Headroom also made the Super Mario Brothers movie. And if you see those, and if you have seen both things, you totally can see that connection. But the Max Headroom was about a reporter who had come across a conspiracy with he worked with this network that was Network 23, which a little Discordian reference there for you. Mm-hmm. And he the last thing he sees before he gets killed, he sees a sign that says Max Headroom and he gets decapitated, and they use this technology to download his consciousness into this computer program that becomes like this that becomes like they start using this computer program as a host for TV shows on the thing, and he's like, but the reporter part of him still like kind of lives like inside of him, so he's like, he acts like he's like an agent of the state, but he's really a double agent, and he's helping the resistance type thing, and it's all about like it's all about how media manipulates people and control and stuff like that, and it's very post-apocalyptic, and it's a fun show. Matt Frewer, I don't know if you know who Matt Frewer is, but he was Max Headroom back in the day. You know, I guess he's probably most famous for his appearance in Back to the Future 2, shilling for Pepsi. So, and he was like the Coke, or for Coke, one of the two. He was a mascot for Coke or Pepsi in the 80s and 90s. So,
is there any, that remember they had that Moon Man thing? Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
I do. Yeah, it's the Moon Man troll that
used
Max Headroom and stuff references too. I think the white nationalists used him too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why I'm asking, because it seems like there's this weird connection between Discordianism and that Max Headroom, and then you have white nationalism and the Moon Man and like all this stuff.
You mean Mac Tonight from McDonald's?
Yes.
They're connecting dots. There's
a white supremacist thing with that. I had no idea there was anything white supremacist about Mac Tonight.
Yeah, they used on
weird.
On what's it called, 4chan.
They did the same thing with the Procter & Gamble logo.
Yeah, it was on 4chan. They used him to just use him in memes.
I did not know that. That is truly some crazy bullshit.
Well, and you were talking about Discordianism, and I'm wondering, like, what is the relationship between that and like what we're experiencing currently? Like, it's.
I don't know. I just wonder. Okay, let Hank answer then. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I do know. So this is part of Rules for Radicals, that's mixing together pop culture references to gain attention, to write your message through as a datagram. So if you use stuff that's already
What's the
there,
answer?
and we picked up. I mean, you don't know answer. You use stuff that's already exists, so it gets tagged and bagged and put out there easier. It's using the algorithm to get to your head.
You know what was really similar to what you're describing? Have you guys seen that movie Ready Player One? It's like 6,000 cultural reference points all in one movie, and that's
how Barbie was.
Yeah,
and I saw at the end of it, it had directed by Steven Spielberg, and I was like, oh, no wonder. But it's like literally, I think that's a very I mean, I'm just gonna say it's a Discordian movie, because it's basically like selling you the future as horrible and apocalyptic, but in like a fun, like you can still be a hero even in the metaverse type of way or something. It's a really bizarre movie.
Yes. So like they do it this way because people like Jeff likes to ask their chat GTP for answers, and if we do it this way, we get the program chat GTP to give the answers to Jeff. So we're using the robot to construct the answers. So our narrative is prevalent. He doesn't know where the answers came from, but we put them in there using the media gameplay to stay relevant. So when he searches, we're the first result.
I guess.
Yeah.
My main thing when I was talking to NeuroJack was more like, I was just wondering how much influence like Discordianism has really had over pop culture, because I see a lot of like direct Discordian references and a lot of stuff that, I mean, may not be really there, but like they seem pretty overt, and like the number 23 is just a really odd specific number that ends up in a lot of things. Like
it's weird. It's an hour and 23 minutes in the broadcast. I don't know if you knew that.
That's actually funny. Yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah, it is.
What is that?
An hour and
it was hour.
Like he started talking about the number 23, and it's an hour and 23 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, shit! I didn't notice that.
well,
synchronicity.
And Jim Carrey did that movie called Number 23, and I've been thinking about that movie a lot lately. Like, that's a very weird.
Man, I can't
It's a
wait
very
to
weird
go up.
movie.
But yeah, I put in the private chat that that Max Headroom, the signal hijacking thing, with the Discordian or whatever, the Discordian angle with the signal hijacking, where they took over the Doctor Who broadcast, and it's an extremely strange video. If you watch the video, he's saying all this weird stuff, as Max Headroom, It's a really funny video, but it's kind of disturbing,
Definitely, yeah. It's like the hijacking thing has been like a
the hacker shit, pirate television.
But that's and I remember Videodrome with what's that guy's name? I can't remember, but
that's so interesting.
Yeah.
But, I just downloaded. They just came with a director's cut on Videodrome. I just downloaded it.
Oh, let's watch.
So the signal hijacking thing, Discordians do that to stay relevant. So they'll be talked about more. So we're just in people's heads. It's like a broadcasting thing. So since the crazy thing like that Max Headroom stunt happened, the message gets out because of references.
Well, isn't that what Alex Jones used to talk about? He was calling it culture jamming, but isn't that?
Yes, it's culture jamming.
And that's not a term he came up with. Culture jamming is a term that came from Discordianism and also from Situationists. So Situationists and Discordians both came around at the same time, and they were both kind of like two sides of the same coin kind of thing. Whereas Discordians weren't interested in like a revolution or anything. They were about infiltrating things. I mean, a lot of people don't realize this, but the popularization of the term the Illuminati existed before that, but the popularization of the current term Illuminati and the idea of the Illuminati being a ruling society was a prank pulled by Kerry Thornley, who used to work at the time, Greg Hill, that used to work for Playboy, and they somehow came across the I can't remember the story of how they came across it, but they got the fax number for somebody in the FBI, and they started faxing the FBI these things that are like these cryptic notes about how like they were the Illuminati and they were going to do this or that, and that leaked out into the world. And that's the reason why today we know the term the Illuminati as like a secret society type thing.
But Chris, how do you know?
It's also Bill Cooper
in revolution. How do you?
It's also Bill Cooper. Bill Cooper also helped popularize that term.
Yeah.
But
Chris,
I mean,
how do you
know
Discordians are not interested in a revolution?
I mean, it is. It's not revolutionary. Not revolutionary in terms of like an actual like uprising in the streets. That's what I mean. Like they were interested in revolution through what they call culture jamming, through about influencing culture in a chaotic way, and not through like physical violent action. Whereas the Situationists actually caused the second attempt at the French Revolution in the 60s and tried to overthrow the French government, which failed miserably.
Yeah, but there is a kind of a link between Dadaists, Situationists, Discordians, and also occultism and also fascism. Because with Kerry Thornley thing, he spread all those lies about how he assassinated the president.
Well, he believed it though. He kind of like he became convinced that he was actually a I
didn't know if I could like say that, so I was like oh shit, it was just like
I mean there was no way it was true, but like he had become so like he had gotten like fucked with so much that he started losing his mind near the end. And he started believing he was a Manchurian candidate that actually was, because the weird thing with Kerry Thornley is that he was in Vietnam with
he knew Oswald, so it's very
not only that,
very odd connections to Oswald.
He wrote a book about Oswald.
He has very very strange connections to Oswald.
What's really weird, I just want to mention this really quick. There's his wife, who I won't mention right now just to help you not give you guys trouble, but he was talking about Michael Aquino, and he was military intelligence during the Vietnam era, essentially. And I just think that's not coincidental either. Like, it's kind of...
You don't think anything's coincidental, though?
Well, you don't know who Michael Aquino is, do you?
I know, but I just said you don't think anything is. So if it's not Michael, whoever, it's going to be somebody else.
Well, okay, so you think that making connections to things that are like historical facts, supposedly at least, are not like there's no continuity to. It's just like, okay, take this event in a vacuum, take this event in a vacuum. There's no connection to anything, and there's no continual connection to history or anything like that.
I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, Jeff doesn't like to link things together.
Yeah, so don't link any facts together or any.
Yeah, you can link all the facts together that you want. I don't know how you got that.
Well, did you ever read or hear about these works by Paul Vallely and Michael Aquino? One of them is called PsyOp, and the other one by Michael Aquino is called Mind Wars. Have you ever heard of these books or these papers?
I don't know. I've heard of Mind Wars. I've heard of Mind Wars.
Yeah, they're interesting. They're about like mass media, like manipulation.
I have linked many times in your channel and in this one before about the book The Last Circle, and it's which is a journalistic endeavor that was never quite finished until like way later, and it became a thing until that's not at all what it turned out to be. The old version of The Last Circle is very, very, it's all about like the octopus thing and stuff like that. People always take it back to Dadaism, but like the actual real like birth of all like counterculture thing was actually this group called the Incoherents. That that's actually what they call themselves. The Incoherents were it was like the first kind of instance of like this counterculturism thing in France. It took place during like the Moulin Rouge era of France, and they would go and make these like crazy like anti-establishment like live shows. And they very openly mocked the establishment. They basically, I mean, honestly, like the birth of stand-up comedy really comes from as we know it today, comes from not from gestures as much, but it did from the Incoherents. You can look them up. Just look up the Incoherents. It's a really fascinating story. I wrote an entire article.
It's older than that.
And you reminded me. Jim Bob used to talk about Dadaism and situationist and stuff like this a lot. A few months ago, and then he stopped talking about it. But he was talking about that like pretty intensely. But he was kind of like making fun of it, but not really, kind of thing. It was like kind of interesting.
Chris,
I have a book by Ezra.
It's the Jacobins. The Jacobins was earlier than the group you were talking about.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. The Libertines, the Libertines, and
But in terms of like, but they I don't really, I think they were that was just kind of like a lifestyle type thing. They really weren't like they weren't like a specific art movement. They weren't a collectivist art movement that like was dedicated to a certain kind of like thing. But I mean,
but older and more influential. That's what I'm saying.
Perhaps, but I'm talking about there's a direct chain though that leads from the Incoherents to the people from the Incoherents led off and created Dadaism.
What age or country are the Incoherents in, or?
That they were in France during the Moulin Rouge era, kind of
like
the
50s or some shit. What year was that?
The 1890s.
That was 1800s.
1800s, yeah. Look, I just posted a link to a Google Doc there. That this is an article I actually wrote for Cracked that they ultimately rejected, despite the fact that I think it's the best article I ever wrote.
It's a good article.
I think it's the best article I wrote. It's heavily, and unfortunately this was the one that I actually edited way down so that it would be more digestible for Crack, but it still got some of the imagery and stuff in it, and it doesn't take that long to read.
Did it have to do something with the Incoherents?
Yes, the very first article is the Incoherents, and then I show how the Incoherents link to Dadaism, and how Dadaism birthed surrealism, and then surrealism birthed the situationists and also Discordians and also Discordians, and then finally the Discordians led to Adbusters, which was like the death of the counterculture. It's like this complete cycle.
Me go read that fucking article. Machine Labs, go read the article and tell me if you think that.
But the Discordianism has another root that's older. It's also has a root in Hinduism too, and it has a root in Hesiod.
That's logical, right?
So
Hey everyone, the black guy's here. Let's stop what you're talking about.
Wait, it was already a black guy here. Wait, what?
Yeah,
Which
there's
black-
already a black guy.
Wait. Who's black?
We got two.
I'm bone.
Who's black?
I'm
sorry.
I'm
colorblind.
0.001%.
I'm colorblind. Everyone looks gray to me. I can't tell.
I'm black where it counts.
Clearly, Jeff is the black man. Clearly.
I am.
Everybody's
I get
carbon-based
mistaken all the
life form.
No, I just wanted to joke for a second. Shit, man. No, yeah.
You're good. You're good.
What do you think about this whole conversation we're having about like rules for radicals? Like this like weird like media.
I think it's more weird than even David Lynch.
Well, it's just you can't
When
negate
people be
like
a little
the whole
sanity oasis compared to this.
yeah, but you can't negate like what's going on in the 1800s, in terms of like the dramatic shift, because you have like all of these new ideas. You have like pragmatism, you have Darwin, you have Hegel, you have all of these ideas that basically suggest like basically random change or like, chaos and shit, or like a return to nature. You have the romanticism and like all of the type of shit. So you have like all of these ideas where people are reading like Hindu scriptures, like in America, like for the first time. You got Nietzsche coming out, you got Nietzsche shitting on Darwin and Hegel and stuff.
Was that about the time when the silent films started, or was that later?
That's a little bit later.
I wonder where technology was at that time. Because it was damn near TV at the time, so a movie.
It was just starting the Industrial Revolution.
Yeah,
it must have been pretty good. Everybody had access to these things that you're talking about at that time.
Yeah. So what you need to realize, the machine lies, is that people will deny anything they want.
I heard the last part. I think people would deny anything they want.
It seemed like there was just a lot of ideas that were like a total like if you take Nietzscheanism, you're taking like a whole new view of history. If you take Hegelianism, you're taking a totally different view of history. If you take Marx, you're taking a totally fucking different view of history. If you take Darwin, you're taking a completely totally different view of history. So there's all of these like theories of history coming out.
So they would reject it. It's natural that someone would come up and reject it. That's just something that popped in my head. It's natural that a counterculture would have developed.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Because there was all of these ideas that were literally like, like let's do like there's chaos from order. There's this occult revival. You also have Blavatsky in the Theosophical Society. And then you got Freud coming out too, so you got all of these thinkers that come out. Freud is so much influenced by Nietzsche, and the postmodernists are so much influenced by Hegel, so you have all these ideas where they're like what is the meaning of like truth? There's no such thing as truth. Like motherfuckers done said that.
In fact, I say right now,
they were called nihilism, right?
No,
they came out with nihilism, right? They came out with total chaos theory.
Yeah, I say right now the truth is just a feeling, because we have this whole truth community all contradicting each other. Then they're getting violently angry at each other and anyone else because people don't just believe what they tell us.
It's a microcosm of what you guys talking about. All right, I dig it. The truth community, everybody got their little variations on philosophies and shit,
Well, it's largely co-opted now. I mean, from the start.
That's kind of the point I'm trying to get across to all these Christians, is like they think that they're like found the truth, and it's like, well, employing philosophy, if you don't really know where it came from and what its purpose is, then you're kind of like playing into somebody else's vision. And I think you're getting into very dangerous territory if you're trying to play that game without
knowing the rules. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
And then we have people like Pops and Officer Snaps getting violently angry because people don't listen and believe everything they say, even though their narrative doesn't make any sense.
Yes, and if you ask for some sources or some receipts, they're gonna take you to the Bible, which it's not the greatest receipt because you got to think where it come from and all of that shit.
I mean, we have Rand telling his own father, Pops, that you can't trust the Bible.
Well, and here's the thing, though, is like, you can say that either the Bible's been corrupted or people are using it in a malfeasance way. And
when I said it was created, that's the way I was thinking. It was created by motherfuckers to control people. They left all the shit out that they wanted. Think of its inception. I think. I'm sorry, I interrupted, but I'm with you. As I should have just said.
Yeah, and I think you can make either argument, but then it puts you on, on uneasy footing either way. And I think for Christians, it's like they don't want to say, well, the Bible could have some issues with it, and I understand why they might say that. But then at the same time, it's like, okay, well, let's look at the interpretation of the Bible. So if the Word of God is, unchangeable and not wrong, well, why are people disagreeing about it from the day Jesus died for it? I mean, it's
us twisting shit, yo.
Yeah.
I'm getting the text.
There's a few positions that are completely coherent, but it disrupts any political movement. So like Calvinism
I actually agree with you on that.
Yeah, point. So like Calvinism is completely coherent, but it ruins any leverage based on free will, because free will is just attribution. It says God's blaming you for not being the thing God made you. So it breaks the political leverage. So they don't want to use Calvinism, even though it's completely coherent.
Wait, Calvinism is coherent, you're saying?
Oh, absolutely. Calvinism is coherent, but people don't want to hold that position because then they lose political leverage.
Coherently retarded, as far as I'm concerned.
Because they give up free will as a reason to punish people.
Well, hold on. So what? How would that disrupt the political side? I'm very curious. I never heard that before.
Yes, because if you take a Calvinist position, everyone's the way they are because God designed them that way. But then what's free? Why does free will matter? There's no reason to use free will as a reason to punish people because God designed them the way they are.
So I'm missing that argument, but I won't add on it.
Yeah. Well, I'm curious. I just want to get Machine in on this because I've never heard this argument.
I mean, Calvin wanted his own theocracy anyway, so we saw how that went.
Yeah, and that's why Arianism came to rise, and why Unitarian Universalism exists, because everyone's probably saved because God designed everyone to be the way they are anyways. And there's no reason to say, oh, free will, we gotta punish you unless you change your opinion and your actions to what we tell you to do. So Calvin's consistent, but you just giving up political leverage using free will as an excuse to punish people who disagree with you.
But it's only coherent as long as you think paradoxes are worthwhile, and when it's really just contradictions.
Well, if you omnipotent itself just creates a whole bunch of paradoxes from the onset, and you can keep them all, but then it's based on narrative. We'll pick what we believe based on the narrative alone, whatever makes most sense to us.
Yeah, I used a reference. I didn't know promote or something, so I got lost at the end.
Narrative, promote.
Promote.
Yes, narrative. We'll pick what story makes the most sense to us because we don't really have any other option. So if you have a Calvinist perspective, you can't use free will as a weapon anymore. And have a coherent position.
All right, wish I was a Calvinist fan. I'd argue it's sorry, but
Well, Chris, are you ready? Should we go watch TV?
I just want to do. I just so you guys, I just reread through that article I posted, like that when I wrote about the counterculture stuff. I do recommend that any of you guys read it. I think I reread it to make sure I wasn't just like smelling my own farts back then. But it's actually a pretty good And as you asked Frank, you said Chris, are there boob pics in it? Yes, there are boob pics in that article. There actually are. They're drawn. It's a surrealist. There is a surrealism image that has a face where the eyes are replaced with two boobs and the mouth is replaced. So yeah, there's boobs in it. So
I have a question. I have a question for Joe, but I want to ask Hank something first, just to understand this. So, what would be the purpose of people using Christianity for political movements? Like what I'm saying specifically is like, okay, there's this obvious thing going on where they're trying to get Christians to be conspiracy theorists, but not in like the sense of like actually
work it.
I understand what you got so far.
Is this going to be long?
No. Totally
this is simple.
They're getting.
It's like time to watch TV.
They're getting Christians to be conspiracy theorists, but it's like in a way where it's like
who's getting Christians to be conspiracy theorists?
Donald Trump. Let me answer the question.
The crazy
Jeff.
right wingers and shit. Yeah.
Let me answer the question, Jeff. The reason is there's a lot of Christians, and you need a lot of
AJ.
You need a lot of force to make government change. So it's a quick answer.
What was that? It was the answer. I didn't understand your answer.
Did he finish the question?
Okay, listen. Try to shut me up, please. The reason is there are a lot of Christians, and you need a lot of manpower to change the government.
Conspiracy theorists. That was the question. What you're saying has nothing to do with that. It's not answering that question. He said that you have these people out here. I'm sure
I can't answer the question. Get talk
that are turning Christians into conspiracy theorists. And I asked
to get them to change the government, Jeff.
Who is doing that? Is the question.
President Trump did it. He's still doing it now.
Who's doing that?
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump is turning Christians into conspiracy theorists.
To be honest,
yes,
that's one of the craziest fucking conspiracy theories I've heard yet.
That was the first
thing. Birther, Barack Obama.
Donald Trump is doing this.
He did, yes. He did the birther thing, yes.
Not alone, but he's adding. He's.
Where did he give a speech? Where is he doing this? Like turning Christians into conspiracy theorists. Jack, is that what radicalized you, Trump?
Well, why do you think I'm radicalized? I'm asking a question.
Well, you're definitely a conspiracy theorist. I'm talking about a Christian who's been turned into a conspiracy theorist. Was it through Donald Trump?
I don't really identify myself that way, but I mean, I'm happy.
You definitely are.
We're not conspiracy theorists. We're conspiracy truthers, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, so anyways, so the point of this, like, so what would be the point of like, why would you need do all that to change what is the purpose of changing change the government?
To get votes.
Your word that they're even doing it, and Donald Trump is the only person that Hank named is doing it. So you're saying this is happening, but I'm trying to figure
out. If I gave you all the names, you'd tell me to shop. I want to watch TV. So I gave you one name so I can get the information out.
Oh, you named Barack Obama and a couple more people too.
Yeah, Obama did a little bit, but Donald Trump is like the
turning Christians into
the architectural example.
Yeah,
to get votes, Jeff.
He said, "Do you?"
So show me how you're turning Christians.
He said, "Do you have evidence?" Not white. This time he has, "Do you have evidence?"
Here's my evidence. J6 is my evidence.
Yes,
I got plenty too. Yeah.
And I think Obama was a part of it.
Q.
Yeah, and I think I think it's harder to make the case, but I
knew this was going to be long.
Obama was the first step, but I mentioned that to mention this to Joe, for example, right? Like, because you said something to the effect that that you said that white conservatives are the
number
main
one
threat to America, more or less. But then in your mind, and again, like, this is not disrespectful. I'm actually trying to accomplish.
No, I'm easy. I'm good fixing it.
So here's what I'm trying to understand. So they're a threat to America, but you don't believe in borders, and like you think that basically whoever wants to come here can come here. Basically, am I correct? Or
you're wrong. You got to get to know me. First of all, what was the first thing I said? They're the number one threat. I don't believe that they're the number one threat. I was using that as a stab to whoever I was talking to, just because I know it's a stat, and I was just using it to fuck with them in some form or fashion.
No, I appreciate that. No,
So I don't even necessarily believe that, but statistically, the number one.
No, he's not. We're wrapping up. He's not going to do that.
And
Not
what was
today.
the second thing? Yeah, oh, the border thing. No, I don't think motherfuckers should just come across the border. And if you, I'm a fan of, if you did, you'd have to keep an eye on motherfuckers. You'd have to have some serious technology, some serious people out there. I wasn't trying to make the point of open border, more than a different point. But if that was what you were asking, don't assume that those are my beliefs. My beliefs may be weird.
No, I get it. I just wanted to clarify because I know I figured you were using rhetoric to make a point like I do.
Yes, that's
people get confused, but I wanted to misrepresent what you're saying. So
I'm glad you took the time to ask.
Yeah. So here's my question. Here's the question I would say. What do you think is the left-wing version of the conspiracy theory that you see the problem?
Very good. Very good. Right. It'd have been easy. Probably gangs. Well, cause we killed as many niggas in schools, right? But it's so common with us, we might kill 3 here, 3 there, but we keep up with the white boys, or whoever the Nazi fucks is. If you're gonna throw them in there, you have to throw us in there, and that'd be considered left-wing bullshit, I guess. I don't know. Tough question.
All right. Did you get your question answered, Jack? All 3 or 4 of them.
Were you trying to wrap up, Jeff?
I was in another screen. It took me a second to get back. Yeah. No, I think that's actually good. I want to wrap up, so I don't want to. We can stop it there, and we'll pick it up next time. But I think that's a good answer. Yeah.
Well, before on our as our exit music, I want to play No Native Tongue. I want because I'd like the opinion of the people in this panel of it.
Asking if we go doing shit before y'all leave, can I get you to read? I don't know, a paragraph or 2 of that article, because if that might take too time consuming. But I was going to ask you that.
It's really not very long. It's actually really it's heavily edited down from my original form. My original form was very long, but the article, the version of the article I posted up is rather succinct. It's only.
Can you put it in a regular chat?
Hank's going to open a stream, and then those of us that want to go watch Twin Peaks.
I don't even know if I'm sub. Hank, put your or someone, I don't know who's modded in here. Put Hank's stream in chat. And if you can put the article in the chat, Chris or somebody else.
I'd say it's in the chat already. It's in
the regular chat.
You just got to go back up a little bit. It's the last link I posted.
I didn't know. All right, Hank, I didn't even know you streamed. And if someone could put Hank's shit in.
I'm starting it right now. I'm putting the link to the studio right now, so you can just pop in. He just walked out.
And Jeff is tired.
Jeff, just share my screen one more second. I want to play a song. I want to get there. I want to get these guys' opinion on this track. I just like to hear what they think about it, and then we'll end it. We'll end it on that. And then we will go watch Twin Peaks.
Shit.
Skip a stone off the river of hate.
Exactly.
I put the link to the article again in there in the chat. It's at the bottom of the chat now. It is I just reread it to make sure it was actually not just really bad and I was remembering it wrong, but it actually holds up pretty well. So am I singing about boobs, Frank? On some level, I think all men are always singing about boobs, so but there's no direct boob references. I'm sorry, so I can't. But Frank can't complain too much because he wanted to see Helen Hunt's boobs, and I found the movie that showed Helen Hunt's boobs in the most explicit way possible and played it on stream and played it on Discord the other night. So I mean, come on, Frank, you got to give it up. Like I did satisfy your boob.
Chris or Jeff, could you forward my maybe start the YouTube?
Sure. Here, is it in private chat? I'll put it up there.
Let me go live, and you can forward the YouTube and over.
Shit, I forgot to restream to my channel today. I keep forgetting to do that.
Hank, you want the StreamYard link?
I'm trying to get the YouTube
channel.
I didn't look for the YouTube link. Let me get it.
For some reason, it won't let me repost your link to your StreamYard link to this. I don't know why it keeps like. Stupid.
Just give me your YouTube channel and I'll send them there.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to do right now. But
here's the YouTube channel.
There's the StreamYard link to Hank's stream.
Yeah,
so,
I just put for the YouTube link to your live chat.
All right, go here to continue the conversation with NeuroJack and Hank.
All right, so to share the screen, I want to play this one track, and then let's go out in that. It's 8 years old. I can't believe it. It gives me like it just makes me every time I look at SoundCloud, it makes me feel so old. I can't believe that was 8 years ago. Anyway, so I want you guys' opinion of this track. This is the one that Machine liked, and like it's the one that I've got the most. It's the one track people actually say I rapped well on. So.
And twisted, looked around, fisted mouth, red.
Good night to everybody,
no
though.
One here, just ancient me, no sound, just electricity, but theories start to gather as I head into a future state convergence, red lettered so that there's no mistake at the ready to rain down. Kingdom come on any that praise an eye. Fallacy that cast on direction because they didn't recognize that here there is no maiden or mother, just crone. Here there are no other options, just stone. I stand to the side as a dull wind disturbs a tree, while a ceremonial hum is carried through the air in threes. I speak a sacramental thought as we enter the enclave. As it rolls off my tongue, I hear the stone scrape. Ancient takes his place at a makeshift war table. In the white circle drawn, his face nailed. Just messengers know how to negotiate, settling a debt older than the dust from which we are made. Songs sung in verse, no native tongue. Just will. Apocalyptic incidents without mercy. Just kill. We speak no audible word, but what is ours to speak? We clothe ourselves in light, holy, unconstructed, free. There is no breath, no flesh, just bone. There is nothing to discuss, just stone. We raise our banner up and make our undisputed claim. We sing a song of battles won by uncorrupted name. There is no native tongue, just will. There is no negotiable sum, just kill. The force of acceptance is as gentle as a cool breeze. The ensuing power vacuum collection echoes like a cathedral ceiling. Listen and you can hear a signal start to scatter through the air like a doxology chanted as an incantation at a distant Mayfair. Sundown white, golden and balmy, settled in meek, senses calming. I raise my head, speak a seal of silence, a ward against attempted violence. Angel tread in, attains my senses still. Take no prisoner when the gauntlet's laid, just kill. Burning topiary transmissions assert and executed on higher. Messages inspire, tumbling down the spire, ritualistically deciphered, untouched by graver fire. A calling in the blood like thunder, breathed by flood and wire. The state, the stare, a valid canticle indicating what should be predictable in these savagery circles, unchanging. No flesh, just bone. No option, just stone. No hunger, just fill. No prisoners, just kill. We speak no audible word, but what is ours to speak? We clothe ourselves in light, holy, unconstructed, free. There is no breath, no flesh, just bone. There is nothing to discuss, just stone. We raise our banner up and make our undisputed claim. We sing a song of battles won by uncorrupted name. There is no native tongue, just will. There is no negotiable sum, just kill.
Well, there we go, guys. Good night, everybody.
Okay, thank you, Machine Light. Redington will be in the Discord, and I think Hank and Jack are going to be continuing on his channel. So
peace, guys. Okay, it's good to see you guys. Thank you, guys.
Easy.
Bless.
Yeah.
Check you later. Till tomorrow.
See you later. Bye.
There he goes. All right. We'll see you tomorrow. We're going on the Discord. Contact us if you need money.